Good day all my students in Al-Ahram Modern School. Today we're going to continue explaining more lesson for my dear student in grade 6. Let's have our last lesson in unit 3, the capacity. First, I would like you to have the definition of the capacity. It's the volume of the inner space of a hollow body. It's the volume of the inner space of a hollow body. And we have some unit of measuring the capacity. One of them is the liter, and we're going to learn that 1 liter equal 1 cubic decimeter. That also equal 1000 cubic centimeter. Okay, and the 1 cubic centimeter, it's also equal 1 millimeter. So I want you to know that the cubic centimeter, it's also meaning the milliliter, and the liter here is also the cubic decimeter. Okay, so the capacity, as I told you, it's how I can measure how much of a container it can hold. So it might be to calculate the measure of the capacity of a bottle or a cup or anything. I want you to put something inside this container. Okay, so this carton can hold 1 liter of milk. 1 liter of milk. So we said this is the capacity of this cartons can be 1 liter. The capacity of this cartons hold 1 liter of milk. Okay, so there are some different equipment that we can use to measure the capacity. Okay, so we're going to learn that there are measure like the cylinders and the spoons and the beakers. These are different equipment that we use to measure the capacity. And this year we're going to convert between the liter to the milliliter. We studied this before, and we said to convert from liter to milliliter, we're going to multiply by 1000, because liter here is the bigger unit. When we convert from bigger unit to small unit, we will multiply by 1000. And when we convert from milliliter to liter, we're going to divide by 1000. And as I told you, the liter, we're going to refer it is also as the cubic decimeter. So cubic decimeter, it means liter, and cubic centimeter, it also means milliliter. This is for small units, and this is for the bigger unit. Okay, so when we want to convert from the cubic meter to the cubic decimeter or the liter, we're going to multiply it by 1000. From liter to milliliter, we're going to convert it by 1000 also, and from milliliter to cubic millimeter, it's also multiplied by 1000. Okay, so let us have exercise about the capacity. The liter is the unit. The liter is the unit of measuring. As I told you, the liter is one of the unit of measuring. Very good, capacity. So the liter is one of the units of measuring capacity. And the cubic decimeter is also the unit of measuring. Very good, my dear student, capacity also. And the milliliter, we also use this unit to measuring the capacity. While the millimeters cubic, it's one of the units we're going to we took it when we have the when we have the volume. So another exercise, if I want to convert from liter to cubic centimeter, from liter to cubic centimeter. First, as we told you, that from the liter, and here cubic decimeter, it also means the liter. When I want to convert from this unit to this unit, we're going to move from the big to the small. We will multiply by 1000. So 3.5 by 1000, that will give you 3500 cubic centimeter. And from the millimeter to the milliliter, from the millimeter to the milliliter, here from the small to the big, we're going to divide it by 1000. Very good. Here the millimeter is the small unit, and I want to go to the up to the cubic centimeter. As I told you, the milliliter, it's the same as the cubic centimeter, so we're going to divide it by 1000. We're going to cross these 3 zeros up, and the answer is going to be 75 milliliter. Another exercise, my dear student, we're going to choose the correct answer here. 0.08 cubic decimeter. I want to convert to cubic centimeter, I will move from the big to the small. We will multiply this number by, very good, by 1000. So the answer here is going to be 80 cubic centimeter. And from cubic meter to the centimeter, here I'm moving from this to down this. So that means that I'm going to multiply by 1 million. Excellent, my dear student. That will give you 5,000 cubic centimeter. Another one, 3/10 liter. I'm moving from liter, this is the big, to the small. We will multiply this number by, I'm waiting, very good, by 1000. So that will give you 300 cubic centimeter. The last one is a tricky one, but I want you to take care when you solve this exercise. As I told you, the cubic decimeter, it's also the liter. Here we have the same unit. So 25 cubic decimeter, it's also equal 25 liter. It's also equal 25 liter because they are the same here. Okay, let us have another exercise. Answer the following question. The volume of the vessel is 75,000 cubic centimeter. Then I want the capacity but in the liter. So from the small to the big, we will divide this number by 1000. Very good. So we're going to cross the 3 0 in up with the 3 zeros down. So the answer is going to be 75 liter. And another one, the volume of the vessel here, 35,000 cubic centimeter, and he wants you to calculate the capacity in the milliliter. As I told you, the cubic centimeter, it's the same as the milliliter. They are here the same unit. So the number is going to be as it is. Don't change it because they are the same unit. Okay, another one, the edge length of the cube, cube-shaped box, cube, he gave you that the edge of the cube is 20 centimeter. I want you to calculate the capacity, but in the liter. First, let us calculate the capacity of the cube by multiplying the edge length time itself. So that will give you 8,000 cubic centimeter. And now it's time for you to make the convert from the centimeter to the liter. That means that I'm going to divide this number by, very good, divided by 1000. So cross 3 0 up with 3 zeros down. That will give you 8 liter. So the final answer here is going to be 8 liter. Okay, another one, but this is the dimension of the cuboid. The previous exercise he talked about the dimension with the cube, but here is a cuboid shaped box. The dimensions are 20, 30, 50 centimeter. He also wants you to calculate the capacity but in liter. So the first, we're going to multiply the dimension 20 times 30 times 50. That give you 30,000 cubic centimeter. And it's time for make the convert from the cubic centimeter to the liter by dividing it by 1000. Cross 3 0 up with 3 zeros down. That will give you 30 liter. Okay. Now this is another exercise. How can I convert each of the following into liters? How can I convert them? As I told you, this is a cubic decimeter. It's the same as the liter, so the number is going to be the same. So that will also give me 7.3 liter because they are same unit here. And from the cubic centimeter to the liter, that means that I'm going to move from the small to the big. That means that I will divide this number by 1000. The answer is going to be 5.6 liter. And also from the milliliter to the liter, we will divide it by 1000. So the answer is going to be 9.6 liter. Okay, let us have another exercise. This is about the story problem. How can I calculate the capacity here? We have a swimming pool in the shape of a cuboid whose internal dimension are 40, 30, and 1.5 meter. Find the capacity in liters. So how can I do this? First, let us calculate the capacity of the pool by multiplying the dimension 40 times 30 times 1.8. That will give you 2,160 cubic meter. But now I want you to calculate the capacity in liter to convert from the from the cubic meter to the liter. How can I make this? By multiplying this number by 1000. That will give you 2,160,000 liter. Okay. let us have another exercise. A container has 12 liters of honey. It's wanted to put them in a small vessels, and the capacity of each one of them is 400 cubic centimeter. So here I have a different unit, and I want you to calculate the number. So we're going first to convert the capacity from liter to cubic centimeter, because here I have a different unit. So from liter to cubic centimeter, I will multiply it by, very good, I will multiply it by 1,000. That will give me 12,000 cubic centimeter. Now let us convert the number of the bottles. I'm going to divide the numbers in liters, which I converted to become centimeter, over the 400 cubic centimeter here. The bigger capacity over the smaller capacity. The bigger capacity over the smaller capacity. So that means that I'm going to divide 12,000 cubic centimeter divided by 400 cubic centimeter. That will give us 30 bottles. That will give us 30 bottles. So the idea here, when we ask you to calculate the number, we're going to divide the bigger capacity over the smaller capacity, but please make sure, my dear student, that they are in the same unit. That's why I convert from liter to cubic centimeter by multiply it by 1,000. So make sure when you do these steps, you're going to multiply them by make them the same unit. Okay, let us have another exercise. This is the last exercise that we're going to have in this video. A container in the shape of the cuboid container, but the shape is a cuboid. Its internal dimension are 25, 30, and 42 centimeter. An amount of solar, we're going to put it, but the height of the solar equal the third of the height of the container. Calculate the volume of the solar. To calculate the volume here, I want the height of the solar. First, I want the height of the solar. How can I calculate this? Just multiply the third of the height of the container time 42 to get the height of the solar. So here I have the height of the solar equal third time 42. 42 is the height of the container, and the height of the solar equal third of the height of the container. That will give me 14 centimeter. Now I have the height of the solar, and I have the length and the width. I have the length and the width. I can calculate the volume of the solar just multiplying length time width time the height of the solar, which I already calculated. So the volume of the solar equal length time width time height, but which height? The one that I calculated here. So 25 times 30 times 14, that will give me 10,500 cubic centimeter. This is the first part of the question. I also want to convert it into, this is in the cubic centimeter, but I want to see it in the liter, so I will convert cubic centimeter divided by 1,000. That will give me 10.5 liters. Now I'm going to calculate the total price of the solar in the container if the price of the liters equal 1.2 pound. Here I calculate the solar that I have inside the container equal 10.5 liter. I will multiply it by 1.2. That will give me 12.6 pound. By the end of this, we reach our capacity videos. I hope you understand it. I hope you solve more exercise about it. See you next time, my dear student, and God bless you all.